Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Marvel Monday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the Marvel Legends Series Controller Build-A-Figure Wave U.S. Agent. Thank you for watching this video or any of my other videos that you may have run across, which I hope all of them. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews, or just help the channel out further, or both. That's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. And with all that said, let's get into it! Let's start things off with a look at the packaging. Build-A-Figure Marvel's Controller, assortment number 4 and up. Warning! Don't stick things in your pie hole that don't belong there. Legends Series on the front. Nice big window showcasing U.S. Agent and his accessories and controller Build-A-Figure parts. Marvel U.S. Agent. Hasbro. On the bottom, small print, fine print, legalese print, made in China print, symbols I'm not going to learn, and a barcode. On this side, saluting America, U.S. Agent. On this side, still saluting America, U.S. Agent. And on the back, still saluting America, is U.S. Agent. Marvel Legends U.S. Agent. Originally appointed by the U.S. government to replace Steve Rogers as Captain America, U.S. Agent John Walker must balance his moral compass against his duty to his country. There it is in some other languages that I don't read. Build-A-Figure Marvel's Controller, and there's the completed Build-A-Figure with numbers that correspond to the cross-sale as to which figure comes with which part. Iron Man, of course, comes with nothing. Iron Man, Thor, Blue Marvel, Madam Hydra, Speedball, Quake, and U.S. Agent. Each sold separately, subject to availability. Attention! Don't stick things in your French pie hole that don't belong there. Achtung! Don't stick things in any of these other language pie holes that don't belong there. Don't give it to the babies. Marvel print, small print, China print, Hasbro print. That, my friends, completes our look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure and his accessories. And handy dandy tweezers. First things first, we'll start with the extra set of hands that he comes with. A fist. And we've seen this at least several times with several different Captain America figures. And the same goes for this hand. Seen it several times with several different Cap figures. And then here's a shield on the back. Pretty standard as far as shields go. It's got the C-clip, and it's got the peg, and it's got a hinge here where it folds up and down. And of course, I wish they really would improve this C-clip, because lots of times it ends up breaking if you're not very careful with it. As far as the colors on it, they're nice and glossy. And this is how I remember the shield from the comics. No star in the middle. So you could technically use this as U.S. Agent, or you could use it as Steve Rogers, the Captain. Well, let's take a look at the figure himself. And very nice sculpted details there in the face. And it looks as though this is the color, the flesh tone, is the color that the head is molded in, and then the black is paint. And as you can see here, the camera will focus, it got a little sloppy there. So if it's molded in black, which, yeah, I kind of think it is molded in black, not in the flesh tone, they just got real sloppy on this ear. The eyes look fine. Splash of color there on the lips. They did a much better job on this ear. These pieces I think are just glued in. They're made of rubbery plastic, but they don't move back and forth or anything like that. Then the nice black star here and the red and white stripes. The belt has a paint app on it right here. I would have liked to have seen some black paint apps for the belt loops. That really would have helped it blend in a little more, I guess. This is all molded. All the black is molded in, it's all black plastic. Boots are all red plastic. Gloves are all red plastic. Same with the hands and feet. And he does have this nice white star on his back, and a port right there for the shield. So that seems like it sits a little high. Turn it that way. I think that sits a little bit lower and a little bit more correct. Too bad he didn't come with some arm straps as well. They could have used the ones from the 20th anniversary cap. Would have been pretty cool. But not the one from the Captain America that came with the wolf head. Not that one. And of course, while I got the accessory out, let's talk about that. And as far as the shield goes, it does clip on. Again, you have to be careful with it. I like to put it on right here at the wrist, at the thinnest point, and then put it on. You can rotate it back and forth. Of course, in the C-grip hand, he can hold by the, well, I said he could. He can't. He doesn't want to hold it by the peg. So there's that. The belt is a separate free moving piece. It is not glued down. So there is that. Well, let's take a look at his articulation. He can look up that high, and it seems as though he's on that classic hinge and ball articulation joint. He can look up that high. He can look down that far. He doesn't really chicken neck, which is kind of surprising. Oh, there he goes. He does have some chicken neck. And as far as the waggle goes, he's got a little bit of waggle in there, I think. He can do the full exorcist. At the shoulder, the arm will raise up not quite 90 degrees. 360 degree rotation. Cut here at the upper bicep for another 360 degree rotation. Double hinged pinned elbow. It really would have made this figure much better, I think, as it could have really been the final version if they'd have gone pinless with this. But nevertheless, you get that much bend out of it. 360 degree rotation at the wrist, on and in and out hinge. And the other side is an in and out hinge as well as both of the spare hands in and out hinges. Yeah. Just had to double check that real quick. He does have a hinge here at the ab that lets him bend back that far, crunch forward that far, and no hula. So this is an older body, I guess. I'm not sure exactly which one. The belt does cover up a cut at the waist that does give you 360 degrees of rotation. And again, like I said, that belt is not attached. You can actually move it down below the hinge if you wish. That seems just slightly low to me. U.S. agent is wearing low-cut pants, I suppose. But I like to move it up just a tad. That looks a little bit better, I think. At the hips, don't get much at all. He only gives you that much of the splits. There is a cut here at the upper thigh for another 360 degree rotation. He does kick forward pretty good. A little better than 90 degrees. And then he takes about a step backwards. At the knee, it's a double hinged pinned knee. And it gives you that much bend. So that's pretty good. There is a cut here at the upper shin, a boot cut, if you will, for another 360 degree rotation. At the ankle, tilts down that far, tilts up that far, and forward facing pin, full rocker. And I don't know if many of you noticed or not, mine, originally was just a C-grip hand, but I clipped mine to give him a trigger finger, because if you have that older U.S. agent on the Bucky Cap body, he came with this pistol. Now this U.S. agent can use it. That, my friends, is a look at the figure and his accessories. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons. And here is the current U.S. agent with a former U.S. agent figure that's on that Bucky Cap body. And you can see there's a big size difference in those guys. And then on the end here is Werewolf Captain America. And they share the same body. And here's U.S. Agent with the Marvel 80th Anniversary Captain America and the Marvel Legends 20th Anniversary Captain America. And they do share some body parts too. And that belt. Here's how the Wave minus Iron Man compares together. Here's U.S. Agent with our final Marvel Legend comparison, making his cameo appearance, Stan the Man Lee, and to see how he starts comparing up with other lines from Star Wars The Black Series, we have the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper. For our final set of comparisons, here we have from the G.I. Joe Classified series, the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander, and for a 7-inch comparison, from the Masters of the Universe Masterverse line, we have the 40th Anniversary He-Man. For final thoughts on the Marvel Legends Series Controller Build-A-Figure Wave U.S. Agent, I have to say it's a pretty nice figure. There are, if I have to nitpick at it, I would really like to have had this figure with the pinless knees and elbows, but it's not a deal breaker for me. I've always been fond of this costume ever since Steve Rogers first donned it when he was fired or quit from being Captain America. And the way this figure is sculpted, you really could use it either way. It could be John Walker or it could be Steve Rogers. And I really have to say this is a vast improvement for this character over being on the Bucky Cap body, and he's much bulkier, like he should be. The Bucky Cap body I always thought was a little thin for this character. The only other real thing I could nitpick on this figure would be it could have used some black paint apps on the belt where the belt loops are. But other than that, I mean, it's a black bodysuit with red gloves, boots, and red and white stripes on the chest with a black star and a white star on the back. And it's a classic look from the later 80s. I'm not exactly sure what year. I want to say around 87, maybe 88. Well, that does it for the review. I hope that you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews or just help the channel out further, or both, that's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.